All right, good morning. Welcome to the London session. I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day over here in my my town. The sun is out. It's a lovely morning. I hope you are enjoying your day as well. All right, so let's kickstart with the dollar index and let's see what it's up to. So if you recall, dollar index I've been mentioning, we could see it reverse because it's overextended, and we also had price trading inside a level that I think Tuesday we were watching. So this goes for YouTube members. The level that we were watching on Tuesday plus the level that basically we watched with, or I watched with my live session members yesterday. That's where we got the rejection from. Okay, so I think someone did ask me, what am I looking for? Or how would they, how will I know that dollar index is coming down? And I said that wait till you see some big range candles changing direction, right? So we have that here. So in my opinion, this move here, it's more significant than the little ones that we saw in here or in here. This is more pronounced, or there's more weight on this than the previous ones. So with that move, I think that we are kind of turning around. What I want to see today is basically a close bearish, right? And that will confirm a swing high to me. There are camps that teaches about engulfing candle, where we had the body of this candle being engulfed by the body of this candle here. So in some, you know, other smart money traders, right, they will classify this as a potential reversal because the body of this candle overshadows this one, right? So therefore they look at that as a potential reversal. Okay, but I go with the swing. So we have 1, 2, but what makes me convinced, or what makes me kind of sure, is that we've taken out this low on a H4 basis. Okay, we've taken out this low on the H4 basis, which if you look at price, this will be basically the swing high, because we have 1, 2, 3, and this candle close is the third one. So I'm thinking we are in a reversal mode, right? So if we are, then where is price going to draw to? Well, if you look at price right now, we made an impulse leg from here to there. So if we are coming back down as a retracement, not a reversal, because for reversal we actually need this low to give up. So as a retracement, we're going to be looking at imbalances for price to come and do what? Fill that in. So on the H4, you can say this is where price is going to trade to next, which is 99.32. Okay, 99.32 to 99.08. So that's the range where we're going to be dropping to, and we could go as low as this one as well. We do have a couple. We have this, we have that, and then we have that. Now the one that I like, it's the one that is within this here, right here. And the question will be why? Is because this is a move down and then move back up. So I'm interested in the gaps that was left in here before price going up. So if that's the case, then I can make this as my main level of where I'm anticipating price to come to, but I'm gonna use the first two as partial levels. So this is where I'm expecting price to come to, but this one is going to be a partial level. Okay, so if that's the case, then what should that be for? What should that translate for foreign currencies? That would translate bullish price action for the foreign currencies. So euro, we'll be looking for higher prices. Yesterday I was looking for this low to be taken from this 1 hour order block in here, and then they just smashed through it. So I took a couple of losses, a few losses yesterday, but it's part of the game. When price is reversing, right, you are gonna take a loss. So I took a loss here because I was expecting price to go lower. Same thing with the British pound. I took a loss on that. I was expecting price to go lower, but today, with the price action that happened yesterday, it gave a clear indication what price is trying to do, right? So I'm looking for higher prices, and my first level is this one here. We have a breaker, so that's going to be the first level. All right. It's actually a down candle on the futures. The down candle on the futures is that's the last one, so I'll use the closing price of this, so that will translate to this one. Okay, that's what I'll be expecting price to trade to. Okay, but for the meantime, you see we have clean equal highs in here, so using, I think, this H4 auto block in here, which you can trade along somewhere in there, look for the equal high as the partial level. Okay, this equal high, look for that as a partial level. So a buy idea from within this H4 auto block is not bad, which on the H1 will bring you in here, and on the 15 minutes will bring you somewhere there. So looking for a buy here, it's not a bad idea to target this equal high and then leave something on for 1.09845. Okay, so that's what you're looking for on euro, higher prices. I like, it's not as clean as the British pound, because the British pound has more movement, or it had more movement than the euro, but it's just normal, they're gonna catch up anyway. Now with today, we do have euro rate announcement at 12:45 if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, we have euro rate announcement at 12:45, so buying this will not be a bad idea for today. It could, or it can, catch up with what the British pound has done. So maybe to be safe, leave your stop loss, I would say leave it below to the yesterday's low, right? If you do catch along, because that rate announcement could send price like to these levels that I'm looking for. All right, so I'll leave it up to you if you wanna, I'm not saying gamble, but if you wanna catch the move up with the news, then this is what you do. Okay, or just place it below this auto block in here. All right, British pound, I'm looking for continuation to the upside. We do have this clean highs in here and this imbalance up there, so that's where I'm looking for price to reach for, from where we are, this imbalance on the H4, which starts from there. Let's get rid of some of these lines. Okay, so I'm looking for price to reach for this. We have clean equal highs in here. Look for price to take all of them out. On the H1 there is a nice bearish order block there, which is kind of preventing price to go up, but eventually I think it's gonna trade through it. Maybe it might pull back. If it does pull back, watch this level in here, which is within that H4 again, order block there. Watch that level. Right, if it starts pulling back, that's where I'll watch, and the low, because since we just turn around, they could take out people, right? They could take out anyone that is long, and that level to watch is here. Okay, that's another level to watch. So when I say watch, if we trade there and you see bullish price action coming out from there, you know where the draw of liquidity is, right? We're expecting price to draw up here. So if they drop down and you see bullish price action, aka if you see a break in market structure, you buy it, and then you expect price to go for the levels that I'm pointing to. So this equal highs in here. Okay, this one, that one, that one. That's what you be targeting, and then this one there. New Zealand, this pair I think is gonna struggle to go up because we have a bearish order block on the daily and the H4, so it's gonna struggle to go up. So what I have done this morning is actually pair the New Zealand with the British pound and the euro, and I'm trading them long. So I don't have a trade on this one here, or I'm not looking for a buy. As a matter of fact, today being 14th, my according to the seasonal tendency that I use, this pair kind of has a probability of being weak. So if it has a probability of being weak and we have the British pound being strong, I use that on this, right? So I basically bought the retracement to this 1 hour order block in here this morning. So I'm long from there. My stop loss for safety, I've put it below here, right? So that's where my stop loss is, but I'm kind of holding it for some time, because if you look at the daily, we were coming down, and then we have this all of a sudden change in direction. So I think we might see it go up a little bit more, but my first target is going to be this high. So instead of taking a trade on this pair, right, or selling it because pound Dixie is dropping, Dixie is dropping, so this is not supposed to be dropping, it's supposed to be going up. So I don't want to sell it, so I want to just use that relative strength on that pair, and I'm expecting it to go higher. So my first TP is here, as you can see. All right, and then the second TP is going to be this high to this low. %. So close of this void, right, will be my second TP. That's what I'm expecting it to reach for. It might not get there, but you know, if we come above this high, this is all just down candle, so I think it will be quick to close that in. All right, so that's my bias on New Zealand pair itself. not necessarily this pair, because I'm just using the relative strength to trade this. Okay, same thing applies to the Aussie. Aussie is also gonna struggle to go up, so you do the same thing, pair it up with pound Aussie, euro Aussie, and trade that. So on euro Aussie, I think we had H4 order block in here. The only downside to this is it's trading inside this daily order block, right? This here, it's trading within that, so it's gonna struggle. I would prefer them go above that high before looking for a long, but you know, if Aussie has the potential of being weak, then it can go through this high, especially if the pound, right, has already taken out this high. This one is just delayed. It's also going to do that, so I will not expect this to reject and come down. I will expect it to break and go up. Okay, so again, you can use the strength on euro and weakness on Aussie and trade euro Aussie. Okay, now these levels that I have there, as you can see, this is a 1 hour level that I'm expecting them to, as you can see, trade down, hit it, and then go back up. And if they break through that, then this will be the H4 level within this that I expect them to come down in an optimal trade entry basis. So this one is optimal trade entry based on the 1 hour, and this one is optimal trade entry based on the H4 for a continuation to the upside. Moving on to euro pound, I think euro pound is gonna trade down here. Okay, how did I know that? Yesterday we had this swing high. Once price placed in that swing high, the next probable direction is going to be to the downside, especially if it's on the daily, right? So this was a pullback to go down. Optimal trade entry, something that I've taught to you on the higher time frame, which is on the weekly. It's the same thing on the daily, but the context has to be right. So we move into let's see there. So market is gonna open, is gonna rally. This is the daily, but what I've taught you is on the weekly. So it's gonna open, it's gonna go up, and it's gonna go down, and it's doing the same thing today. So today it's gonna open, right? It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. So if it's going up, what kind of level can it reach for? Somewhere in here. It can reach for that and then continue going lower. Okay, so if you wanna trade this, you can look for continuation to the downside, and the target is going to be on the H4, this imbalance in here. So 0.82175, that's the target. Yeah, on the lower time frame, it seems there's nothing really there. Right, you can see there's no absolute gap, so we probably could see it trade through. I'll watch this one rather. Let's see that one. We drop down to the 5. Okay, so there is something in there. I like this one first. I like this one here, and then that one. So that's all within that H4. All right, that's all within that H4. So let's see. If you do get a sell up there, this is going to be the target, but I suggest you take partial here. If it does get up there and you get a sell, just take partial here, right, and then let the rest go, because then the trade becomes a free trade, or risk free, because you've taken partial. If it comes back and stop you out, you're not gonna mourn. So that's my take on Euro Pound. Okay, I think it's gonna continue going lower. Now, I could be wrong, and the news event that is coming later on today at 12:45, which is the rate announcement on Euro. Okay, that could change everything. Okay, so be aware that even though price action is suggesting that that rate announcement is just random price movement, therefore it could cause price to move anywhere. So before 12:45, if price say rallies here and it starts dropping before 12:45, then you have two options. You can either close the trade, move to the sidelines, or just leave your stop loss where it is and then trust price action to give you what you're seeing, okay, or what I'm seeing. Gold. To Tuesday, what were we looking at on Tuesday? Tuesday London. Okay, Tuesday London, I was short. I think during the session, price was somewhere here. All right, I was short from this H4 order block in here, but at 1:30 we had dollar give out some news, and then it just rallied and stopped me out. So I got stopped out on this on Tuesday on gold. But looking at price action today, it's still bullish on the H4. Nothing has changed on the H1. We are in a kind of a bit of a retracement. I expect them to trade a little bit higher. Okay, that's where we are currently at, but I think they will go for this. Apart from that, if this does not reverse price, then they're gonna come up here, which in reversal it has to break market structure. The H4 is still making impulse legs to the upside, so that is the impulse leg. So this is a retracement. So if that's a retracement, where's that low? Here. So between this and that, you're looking for optimal trade entry, and then you start identifying some levels to trade from. So I like this imbalance in here. I like this one. Like that for a buy to continue going up. I'll leave my stop just below this. Small fair value gap there. I'm gonna leave my stop just below that. Even though we do have a low, a high, a low, and a higher high, right? They can still take out this low, dip into that, because it's still within that range, which is this one and that one. So technically your stop loss is supposed to be below here, but with a bit of lower time frame refinement, you can get away with not placing it below this, because price has nothing here for it to come for, but it has something here, something there to come for, which is just below that. So I'll rather protect myself below that, hence stop below this, and then back up here as your main target, and then leave a runner for this one, that high. All right, so that's gold. Right there. 10:30, that's when you want to start watching it. Not now, it's 10. Once it hits it, watch it between 10:30, because if it's gonna break market structure, I will expect it to do it from 10:30 going on the lower time frame, and then it should start, if it's gonna go up, it should start going up from 10:30, right? So watch that and then see what price is gonna do. Okay, so that's gold. I'm having problem with oil. It says data error. I don't know what's wrong with that, so I can't give you analysis on oil, but this is what we caught yesterday during the live session. I said if it's gonna continue going up and they retrace, it's gonna come back down into the H4 swing low, which is here. All right, we have 1, 2, 3. So inside that, I'm sorry, I had my wife come in. All right, okay, so these imbalances is where I expected them to come to, and I said either here or that one, and you can see the precision in that. That's what I'm giving you on. I should have done this way. Right, that's what I'm giving you on all the pairs. Okay, these kind of entries, like the one on gold right now, right? That's similar, and they just dipped into it. I'll start looking at it from 10:30 from the 1 minute time frame. So on the 1 minute time frame, okay, let me give you some hints and tips. When price is traveling, is that the right word? When price is coming into a level that you are anticipating a buy from, okay, before any time price is gonna go up, expect some kind of a manipulation first. Okay, and then it goes up. So if price is coming to your level and it comes straight down, that is not a buy at the moment, or at that particular moment, because this move down, unless say like what pound has done, right? It shot up quickly and then it's coming back there. It will come back down quickly before going back up. If that's not the case, and we had this kind of silly price action, if you're expecting a buy, right, when price is coming down and it comes straight down like this, usually it's gonna bounce, it's gonna come back down again before going up. So in your entry, if this is where you're expecting to enter, don't enter straight away. Wait for it to bounce. Sometimes you will miss trades, okay? You will miss trades, but it's gonna save you from getting into the trade too early. So once it bounces, it goes up, you trade one more time, then that's the high you anticipate price to break. Once it breaks that, then you can start looking for your buy, okay? Because what that would do for you is it actually confirms that price wants to go up. It did that yesterday on oil, and I'll show you. Even though here on the lower time frame, let me squeeze yesterday's price action. Oops. Yeah, I can delete that. Nope, I want it there. So here, all right, notice that it was coming down, but the last move down was so violent that if you're buying that and it has not taken out the short-term high, it's gonna be kind of you're buying a falling knife, okay? So if this is the level that you're anticipating, which was a fair value gap in here, then wait for that break and then go in and buy it, which is what happened right here. So you can see that break caused this swing low to form, and then it pulled back. So if you just patiently wait for that below 50%, that's a buy, and then off it went, right? So same thing is happening on gold. Okay, the fact that it's dropped into that level, yes, it looks good to buy it like that, but what makes you think it's gonna go up from here? Because one thing that you need to understand is that every time frame, right, every single time frame has got a trend, and you need to respect that. So if this is 1 minute time frame, it's got a trend. the trend is bearish on the 1 minute. If you go to the 5 minutes, the trend is what? Bearish. So for you to go higher, it needs to, obviously the higher time frame is bullish, the H4 is bullish, but if trend is going to change, it starts from the lower time frame. It doesn't start from the higher time frame. So you can wait for a 1 minute breaking market structure and then you go long, because at least if we break the 1 minute trend, then it can give you some form of a cushion that, okay, if I'm at least gonna get something out of this trade, I know that the 1 minute has broken market structure, therefore it's not gonna come down and continue going lower. Maybe you trade up into a 5 minutes or a 15 minutes range, trading range, therefore I can get something out of this trade. So for example, if price is not a proper high that I'll use, I'll prefer it make a new low and then I'll use that high. Okay, that's when you want to go long. I know what I said. If you've been trading smart money for a while, you understand. Okay, if you don't understand, I would say rewatch it again, go back and watch it again. It will make sense. So with oil, what I did is actually go onto the futures. I went onto the futures and then I did exactly what I'm sharing with you this morning. Price is retracing. We are bullish, right? Price is retracing. I'm expecting higher prices today to this equal high. I'm expecting this high to be taken, and that's where I'm targeting. So because I couldn't trade the WTI, right, I went onto the futures, and right in here I was actually expecting a little bit lower. That's where I had my buy limit. Let me show you. Okay, let me just show you the position. This is where I had my buy limit. You can see that's where I was looking to go long on the 1 hour in here, because I was anticipating this optimal trade entry and it never got there. So in here, what I'm showing you on gold happened here. So they broke up, so I bought in here, not the retracement, I bought in there for continuation, because today is an up day for me. Today's supposed to print an up candle for me, so buying this specific time is what I want to be I want to be long within this time period. Anything going forward, I'm not interested in buying. My entry is supposed to be between the 7:30 and then the 9. All right, so right in here I went long, and that's where we're currently at. So I'm looking for 105 as the target on oil, crude oil. Oops. My bad. Let me show you. That's the entry. right? High, low, break, break, entry within the time, and I'm expecting higher prices. It's just a distraction for me. That's why I'm hiding it, because it makes me think I have too many lines on the chart. Okay, so oil, you're looking for this. All right, let's go back. Dollar CAD, you can see I'm short. I have a short there. Again, same thing. I want to enter short within this time period, right? And my target is where we are currently almost there. Why did I think price was gonna go in a sell? Because I have a personal algorithm that has been made for me based on the way I trade when we are trending. Okay, I have a personal algorithm that has been created for me that when we are trending, especially in a new market reversal, that's where I deploy the algo, or it's basically an indicator. Anytime price is reversing, the best trade is going to come just after the reversal. All right, so it gave me a signal in here, so it's nothing to do with price action. It just gave me a signal, and I took that signal, sell. Right, my sell limit is up here. With price action, this is where I was looking to sell short if it pulls back there, but my it's still the way I trade, but just, you know, made into a non-thinking machine. So it gave me a sell in here and a couple of targets down there, so I'm expecting them to reach for this imbalance, and then I'll take most of the trade off, and I'll see what's gonna happen, because it could, or it can, trade back up here. If it does get up here, that would be a nice sell off from there, but I don't know whether it's gonna trade up there. So look for price to go down. I think all price needed to do was trade back to this breaker, and then it might resume going lower, but it's also gonna face with a bit of a challenge in here because of this price action went up. So hence we look for imbalance in here, so hence that, and then here. All right, so if you're targeting, you could use what I've just given. In case you're short, you could use, I think the lower one will be better, because that's where we start the auto block from, and then leave something on for this one, because dollar, I think, is reversing. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean it's gonna do it, but that's my opinion. I think it's reversing. Bitcoin and Ethereum, we are bearish. This is just a pullback. I think we might get a drop maybe today or tomorrow, right? All it needs to do is, it doesn't need to go above here. We don't want to see it go above there, so I actually will be looking there. That's as far as I want to see it trade to. This one up candles going up, and then this breakdown, and that's what I want to sell short. We had same thing in here. This up candles going down, drop, we sold short. If you remember, BTC sell. That was where it's coming from. So what you can do is look for a breaking market structure as it's going up like this. Look for breaking market structure to the downside for trend continuation, preferably up in here, because right now the H4 is kind of bullish. Okay, so you do the same thing for BTC as well. BTC should trade somewhere in here. All right, it can also trade as far as this candle's low and then down. All right, so if you're doing anything, make sure that your stop goes above. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, the imbalance to start from here, so your stop goes above this candle's high, this 1 hour candle's high. All right, and then you look for continuation to the downside. You can see they've left some clean equal lows before coming up. That means they're gonna come back down again. Okay, so pretty much that's it. Here same thing, clean equal lows, long term or targets to the downside on this bearish price action that is going on. Next one is here. All right, so 2861, that's the next target. On Bitcoin, I like this equal lows in here. So from where we are between this high and that low, partial out below this low, and then allow price to continue going lower. I know this kind of trade sometimes is boring to be in, but it pays off. Let me show you a trade that I took last year and where I closed it. Bitcoin, I went short here, November 28th, in here, selling this up candle, and then I closed it in January for this low. On this candle, that's when I closed it. So I went short here. I went short here and closed there. Made about 480% return on that trade. So it's similar to what's going on right now, right? I sold short, but I didn't hold on to this one. I sold short here, here, and I can hold on, or I could have held on to it till whenever we get down here. Okay, anyone got any question? Because that is me done. Anyone got any pair? If you trade any pair? Alright, we've got 5 minutes, so I'm gonna be answering any question that you have. Alright, that was that retracement level on the H1. Based on the H1, you can see they coming off from it to continue going up. Any questions before I disappear? Let me go and check. All right, I think I don't have any question from anyone, so my time is up. I am going to get myself some breakfast. Thank you for joining. I'll see you in the afternoon for the VIP members, and then our YouTube members, I will see you on Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday. If you want to watch, some of these live sessions, I actually do, or I'm now starting to do one on my personal YouTube. So if you search for Institute Trader on YouTube, you'll find me. And every now and then I just do a live session. So if you find Institute Trader and you subscribe to that, anytime I come on for a live morning or whatever session it will be, you will get to see what I'm doing here. Same thing, nothing different, just market analysis. So I'll see you guys